is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
All right, welcome everybody to Monday, November 15th, 2021, another fantastic edition of Mornings on Main Street. And look, if you think I'm sparkling today, well, I am, because the intern behind me, he is not only the best intern around, he's not only the best, I think, TV producer, he's the best engineer, and the guy is the best interior set decorator I've ever seen. Intern, good morning. Where are you?
Right here, sir. I appreciate that introduction there.
Did we get permission for Shelly's plant behind you?
Yes, absolutely. Got it cleared, just like I always do.
Okay. I'm good. You've done remarkably in the palatial studios of Mornings on Main Street. I'm so proud of you, man.
Thanks, man. I thought the lights would turn up a little bit more in the background there, but yeah, you got a little twinkle
Got
on
the
you
brick
today.
wall that you power washed this morning. Fantastic.
Right? Absolutely.
You got the marquee up. You spelled my name correctly this week. You got the Joe in there.
I did this time. Yes, I did. I got here a little early.
You position the DCA Wildcats football helmet perfectly.
Oh, thank you.
They've got a big game coming up. We'll get to all the prep stuff in just a few moments, and then the sparkles behind me, man. Fantastic.
Thanks, man. Anytime. I wanna make it better, so I try.
Why did you not, we went through hundreds of candidates for this producer position. Why did you not tell us that you were an interior designer?
Because it's one of those things where I say I can do it and then I go learn it. So probably at that time I didn't know you needed it. So whatever you need, I can be your plumber, your electrician.
So you possibly lied on your resume, but it was
fake it till you make it.
It was with good intent.
Exactly.
And I like the nice overlay you got for us today. You've done well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
What were you doing 6 months ago? If I came to you on May 15th, what were you doing?
Probably DVRing some episodes of CSI.
Okay, which one?
Miami.
I love the Miami CSI.
Some about the way they work the camera and it's great.
Because David Caruso was so over dramatic in his acting, it really got to me.
Yep, I agree every time.
All right, so let's do this morning. I've been messing around with some stuff here, so hopefully I can be able to share the screen now. We get you the latest headlines from my good friends over at Main Street. Look at that. Go, Juju. All right, latest headlines, Main Street Nashville. The e-edition you can get delivered to you as well. It's affordable. It's great. It's fantastic. It's content. It's all hyper-local, and it's current. There you go. Monday, November 15th, 2021. All right, article this morning by Vivian Jones. Council to consider permitting BYO, bring your own beer, on party vehicles. It says in the article, possession and consumption of alcohol will be banned on open-air party vehicles beginning December 1st, thanks to a sweeping regulation bill last month. But some party vehicle operators welcome regulation. Many have said the alcohol ban will annihilate the $62 million industry. 62 million. Let me write that down. I need to be part of that. 62 million. So there's an article by Vivian right there. Another thing that happened yesterday, a lot of parents around. Federal judge blocked schools' mask restriction and new law. Metro Davidson County schools go back with the mask today. 3 counties were blocked by the judges in this. Governor Bill Lee issued an executive order allowing parents to opt out school mask mandates. Order has been blocked by judges in Shelby, Williamson, and Knox counties. Let me go back there. There you go. Status conference has been set for 1 p.m. today. Bill Lee and Department of Education Commissioner Penny Schwinn were named in the lawsuit. So that's another story for today. Now, let's get you some good news here with what's going on. Vanderbilt law professor to appear on Jeopardy. Now, here's how my life works, all right? I get on Jeopardy, and I love Jeopardy, love it. And I would go against this professor at Vanderbilt. He's an expert on First Amendment law and technology policy who analyzes how individuals and organizations address the complex legal and policy issues implicating technology. I'm already asleep. This guy has got me blown away. I wouldn't answer a single question on Jeopardy. So good luck to, where's his name? Gautam Hans? I already lost to his name. He'll face off against another professor, Hester Blum and Gary Hollis. Intern, you'd have no chance on this show either because your name doesn't provoke like, wow, this guy's really intelligent. Is that safe to say?
That's cool. I can handle that. I know I wouldn't be able to do it either just because every time in school I would forget to say what is, and I think that's a dumb rule. So I just refuse to take part.
You're like, what is? Dubin does not really peg intelligence when you hear that, so I would be bounced as well. I like this great story, Josh Cross. Richard Suter named 2021 Gallatin Citizen of the Year, and I like this quote by Richard Suter. I just want people to always know that there is hope. We all rise by lifting others. As I've told you on this show, intern, a rising tide lifts all ships. So one day I might not have it, but you will. One day you might have it and I won't, vice versa, whatever. And then we lift everybody up. Does that make sense?
It sure does. Yeah, I like that saying. I might use it.
A little slow in the draw there, but we'll get there.
Mondays, grr.
All right, look at this. 6 in a row. Tennessee Titans. Terry McCormick will join us at 7:20. Talk about the Titans' big win yesterday. 8-2. They've won 6 in a row. All 6 of their wins have been over playoff teams from last year, which I think is just simply fantastic what they've done. 6-2. Now they play the Houston Texans next Sunday, which they should beat pretty good and to move on there. So congratulations to the Tennessee Titans. We'll get into that with Terry McCormick in just a little bit. All right, so, intern, I'm a big fan of high school football. Look at this Main Street preps that you get today. You get the Pope prep win over Brentwood Academy. Sorry. You get Nolensville. Page beats Nolensville. Complete article. You get East Nashville over Waverly. Complete article. You get Summit over Brentwood. Complete article. On down the line. Look at this. I mean, this is why Main Street Preps is so simply fantastic. And I love being part of this Main Street media because all these, and I love this. It just goes on and on and on. Complete highlights and game recaps from everything. And it's fantastic. Lebanon Downs, Riverdale, 10th straight win. Great article by Tommy Bryan there that's happening. So Main Street Preps, I'm sorry. You should be part of it. If you love high school athletics, be a big part of that too. And it's just simply done so well. A few more things before we get out of here, before we get our special guests that come on this morning. We've got a really cool show for you today. I want to show you one more thing they've got here that I really like. The National Wine Auction raised $2.1 million in their fight against cancer, supporting 9 local nonprofits. So well done, everybody. $2.1 million right to the charities, supporting 9 local nonprofits. So well done. That's one reason we live in such a great community. Hey, don't forget, coming your way today at 11 o'clock, right here on these Main Street channels. It's Main Street Today with our good friend Devin O'Day. Join Devin O'Day this morning at 11 o'clock right here on Main Street Media. All right, we're off and running this morning, intern. We got a fun show for you today. Come up a little at 7:40. Jason Goolsby will join us with the Inside Scoop. 7:30. MTSU Athletics Director Chris Massaro will join us. We had a big-time guest. They have a big unveiling tonight at MTSU, $60 million athletic plan. We'll tell you all about that. And coming up next, a very special concert happening 1 week from today. We want you guys to know about it, and it benefits what I think is one of the most crucial and important charities in Middle Tennessee. We'll tell you all about that next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Dental coverage may be a small investment, but it has big benefits because dental coverage and preventive oral care leads to more than a healthier smile. It leads to a healthier life overall. Delta Dental makes it easy to get the care you need. With the nation's largest network, you're more likely to find or keep a dentist you love. And with comprehensive coverage and additional discounts, you'll have benefits you love too. Make a lasting investment in your oral and overall health with coverage from Delta Dental. Visit deltadentaltn.com to learn more.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Ryan. I'm the co-owner of Zaxby's along with Lee Oliver. This is a place that mamas and daddies can be really comfortable to send their kids to for a first job. It's a place that you can have fun, feel really good about the place that you work, get paid well, have a good time. If you want to apply, you can go to applynow.com and Zaxby's will be on there. We love it when we get some great folks here at Zaxby's.
I was going through a really hard time in my life. I was missing 12 teeth. I would cover my mouth. Mentally, it was so draining to have to constantly worry about who's going to see it, because your first impression in somebody is their smile.
Delta Dental of Tennessee and the Smile 180 Foundation, transforming lives and communities one smile at a time.
My smile gives me my voice. My smile gives me my passion. My smile gives me my drive. My smile gives me everything.
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. As we talked about, a very special event happening next Monday at the Ryman Auditorium downtown, Christmas for Kids concert. And if you don't know about what Christmas for Kids is and the charity and all they do, I've seen firsthand how it works and how valuable and how great this organization is. So welcome to the show this morning, Linda O'Connell with Christmas for Kids. Linda, good morning, and thank you for getting up. I really appreciate it.
Good morning. 7 a.m.
That's right. So you're awesome. All right. So last year you didn't have the concert. You got it this year. First of all, explain to everybody what Christmas for Kids is and the organization and what you guys do every year.
Gotcha. Stop me if I get too long because I can talk forever.
Take your time.
Christmas for Kids. This is our 39th year to take kids shopping. This organization was actually started by Conway Twitty and his bus driver 39 years ago. And they just kind of looked around. The bus driver actually said, hey, we've got this bus. Why don't we put some kids on it and take them Christmas shopping? So they did. So from that point of taking one bus with a few kids on it, we are now taking 400 elementary kids from Sumner and 3 Wilson County schools just across the line. These are all kids from free and reduced lunch programs. They're selected by their guidance counselors. And the only criteria that those kids have to meet is that our program is a needs-based program. They can't use it for rewards of any kind. So it's truly trying to get to those kids that without us would not have Christmas. So the guidance counselors select the kids. We pick them up at their schools in entertainer tour buses. We take them to the Civic Center in Gallatin. We have a party, we sing, we dance, we feed them. We put them back on their buses, and then we caravan all of those buses from the Civic Center in Gallatin to the Walmart in Hendersonville, where we take each of those kids and we let them shop. Each child is with an adult chaperone, so they go in attached to each other. They are allowed to spend $175 on whatever they want for their Christmas. They can buy little gifts for family members, but it's primarily for them. And then they also get a winter coat. We get them back on the buses, and the buses take them back to the schools, and the parents pick them up at the schools about 9 o'clock in the evening. So it's the most chaotic, crazy fun you can ever have.
Linda, I've covered that when I worked in TV. Exactly. And I got to tell you, I mean, I think the people shopping with the kids almost have as much fun as the kids do.
It is a toss-up. And you just talked about Richard Suter. He is our photographer. And we say every year, Richard has the most fun of anyone. 400 kids, 400 chaperones. Richard has more fun than all of them.
Oh, I can imagine. And I've also seen this event where I've seen kids cry and because they don't have a Christmas, and because of you, they have a Christmas. And I've seen them cry in the aisle. And I've also seen Linda then pick out everything besides things for themselves. You know, they pick out presents for their mom and the dad. And I got to tell you, that hits you right in the stomach.
Yeah, we do have a meeting with all of our chaperones and make sure that they understand that they have to work with those kids and get them to buy just little things for the mom, the dad, the grandparents, the brothers, sisters, and spend the most of it on them, because some of them don't want to do that. They want to shop for everyone else.
And I tell people, sometimes you donate money, and that's great, and you're not sure where it goes. You just hope it goes someplace good. But Linda, this is tangible. I mean, I see this, what's going on, and I see the work you guys do, and I see the bus drivers and the buses, and I see the end result over there. So again, I will sing y'all's praises to the end of time because of what you guys do.
Well, I will tell you that it is our Christmas. Last year, even though we were able to shop and we got the stuff to the kids, we missed that one-on-one with 400 kids and just the smiles. So we're really excited to be back in full this year, where we get to be with the kids. So it makes our Christmas. We've done it, some of us, for 20 plus years. And to watch those buses pull back onto the lot loaded with kids, the buses are decorated. The drivers actually have a decorated bus contest, that the best decorated bus wins this just horrendously ugly trophy that they love, with this big Santa on the top of it. And they love it. So the buses are decorated with lights. The kids' faces are plastered at the window. And if you can watch those come back into a lot in a caravan with dry eyes, something just isn't right.
Oh, I totally agree. Linda, let's talk about the concert next Monday night, the Ryman Auditorium, hosted by our good friend Phil Vassar. What an evening it's always been. And once again, I'm expecting this to be just an outstanding night.
This is going to be a great show. We love working with Phil. We tease because Phil is 100% into everything. So once he gets started, he will start sending me, here's an artist that's coming, and then another one, and then another one. We generally have maybe 4 artists on a show. This year we have 10. So it's going to be it's going to be a lot of fun. And we've got some established artists, we've got new artists, we've got songwriters. So it's going to be a little bit of everything. Everyone should find something they like on this show. I
know Nashville's notorious for being a walk-up city, but I'd get tickets as soon as you can, because Jeffrey Steele, Eddie Montgomery, you see the lineup flashing right there in front of us. Russell Dickerson. What a perfect night for music.
It's going to be really great. I mean, it's a really laid back show. You just head downtown when you get off work, and then we'll take it from there. But I think everyone will be pleased with the lineup.
Let me ask you, Linda, how difficult was last year not having the full everything for you guys?
It was, I think, horrendous is the only word. We actually at one point had said, we have to cancel the whole thing. We can't do it because we can't raise any money. We can't get the kids out. So we actually, Taylor Rowe, who has Live Love Nashville, another nonprofit that's local to Sumner County, called and said, can we help and see if we can't find a way to make this work? So she did a huge push. She has a primarily Facebook internet focused reach. So we all worked together, were able to raise the money, and then came up with Plan B, which was that we got wish lists from 400 kids. We shopped for them. Then we had to store everything. We had to break that up over days because we couldn't put everybody in Walmart at one time.
Right.
We had to get all of the gifts to a warehouse where we held them until we could take them to the schools on tour buses.
Wow.
So I will say we had spreadsheets on top of spreadsheets trying to keep track of what went where, to what school, to what child. We literally finished loading the buses to take them to the schools, and we were missing one bike. So panic ensued to find one bike that was missing.
Goodness.
We actually had the list from where they had shopped. So I called the person who had shopped and said, did you buy a bike? Because they were noted on the slip if they got a bike. And he said, oh no, they changed their mind. We didn't get a bike. I forgot to mark it off. And we went, thank you, Lord. And we sent them out. So as far as we know, we did not lose anything. So it was great. It just was so different. We missed having the kids around.
Oh, I'm sure. Okay, next Monday night's the event, and then a few weeks the shopping takes place. I hope it's a sellout. Linda, if you need anything else, please reach out, and we'll help spread the good word of what you guys do. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Have a great day.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Linda O'Connell, Christmas for Kids. I've been to the concert. I've seen the kids shopping. Seriously, folks, it's what they do is simply fantastic. So thank you, Linda. We'll take a break, come back. Terry McCormick, Titan Insider, join us as the Titans have now won 6 in a row. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
While federal coverage is really important, often I really think that a lot of the decisions that are going to impact you most are made at the local level. Like where's the stop sign's going to go, what's your speed limit going to be, how much you're going to pay in property taxes, we talked about that a lot, and how much funding the schools are going to get, zoning decisions that are going to impact which developers can come in and change the neighborhoods and grow the city. And all those decisions are going to be made at the local level.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal. It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I thought I could hold my liquor.
All right, let's waste no time bringing in Titan Insider Terry McCormick on the Titans' big win yesterday over the New Orleans Saints. Terry, 6 in a row. They're 8-2. Nobody saw this coming, but here we are.
Absolutely. They had a 5-game stretch there where it was going to make or break their season just based on who they were playing. When you look at teams like the Chiefs, the Rams, the Colts, the Saints, and then they come through that 5-game stretch 5-0. I don't think anybody could have predicted that.
It's amazing. It's throw the Bills in there too as well. They're 8-2. CBS put up a graphic yesterday, Terry, during the game that the remaining games after yesterday, the Titans have the easiest schedule. I know that's a misnomer in the NFL. Easiest schedule, but I mean, you got to play Houston, you got to play Jacksonville. I mean, they really do have an easy schedule. And this team right now, they just plug a guy in, let him go, and next thing you know, they're winning.
Absolutely. I mean, really, the only games on the schedule that are remaining that you would say, hey, that might be a concern would be going to New England and going to Pittsburgh. Other than that, I think when you look at the Titans' schedule and say, hey, they ought to win that pretty easily. And you're talking about plugging guys in. I mean, who would have thought they would have been 2-0 without Derrick Henry? And then yesterday, there's a guy who came up off the practice squad named Dylan Cole. He's the guy who made the jarring hit on Deontay Harris on the kickoff return, forced the fumble, and the Titans recover that, are able to cash it in for a touchdown a couple of plays later. This is a guy that after the game, they said, hey, this beats watching the game on my couch.
That is so great. We're showing pictures now of Jeffrey Simmons, and Terry, he's quickly become the top defensive lineman in the NFL. I mean, nobody can block this guy.
Yeah, I think as much as the offense ran through Derrick Henry, I think we're starting to see the defense really run through Jeffrey Simmons. If Jeffrey Simmons has a good game, the Titans defense is going to have a good game. This guy has 5 sacks in the last 2 games. I mean, think about that. He had 2 in the first half. Then the Saints went to a max protect formation in the second half, basically just to keep this guy off their quarterback for the rest of the game. And
there's a picture of Harold Landry. I mean, this was, first couple years, Harold Landry, like, all right, they thought he's really good in college, and when's it going to turn on? And Terry, my friend, it has turned on.
Yeah, it really has. And his contract is up at the end of the year. You can bet that he's probably going to get a big payday. And here's the thing. If I'm Harold Landry, I want to stay right here with the Titans if the payday is close to anything that anybody else is going to offer. Because when you've got Jeffrey Simmons and Danico Autry on that defensive line with you, you know you're going to get a lot of one-on-ones. You're going to get a chance to put up some big numbers. So Harold Landry, is having a big year, and I think he owes some of that to Simmons and Autry for the work they're doing on the interior.
Terry, tell me this Marcus Johnson guy. I'd never heard of him until he had that 50-yard catch on Sunday.
Well, he's a guy that's kind of bounced around. He was with the Eagles. He was with the Colts. The Titans signed him in last year to their practice squad or maybe to the active roster late in the year after he'd been released. And he spent camp with them, the offseason with them. He looked pretty good, kind of developed a rapport with Ryan Tannehill. Then in preseason, he suffered a hamstring injury, started the year on IR. They bring him in. He's like the third or fourth receiver. Then when Julio Jones goes down, they plug him into the starting lineup. And yesterday he caught all 5 passes thrown to him for 100 yards.
Does this team need Adrian Peterson? Because I think Foreman's running the ball really well. And McNichols, a nice changeup. They need Adrian Peterson going forward?
That's a good question. I think, we've not seen a lot out of Adrian Peterson in the 2 games that he's been here. Granted, I'm not ready to write him off after 2 games, but Deontay Foreman does look like the better guy running the ball right now. And then Jeremy McNichols does give you that third down, change of pace back, and the guy who's going to catch the ball out of the backfield.
Let me get your opinion on this. The Patriots, when Vrabel was there, they had Brady and then really good players, but a bunch of no-name players. This Titans 2021 team, to me, is a lot like them because you're plugging in guys you've never heard of, and they're getting the job done.
Oh, yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, I think they are, and that's a great point. They're kind of molded in that image. I remember the Patriots one time, there was some kid that came up off the practice squad. He ran for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. The next 2 weeks later, they'd cut him. So, just that kind of craziness. But this Titans team, is that next man up mantra that they preach, it sounds cliche. It is cliche, but it's working for this Titans team.
Injury-wise, they come out the game decently?
Well, Bud Dupree left with an abdominal injury. We don't know exactly what that is, but he did not come back in the game. That was the only significant loss from yesterday in terms of injury. But who knows? I guess we'll find out more. Or the way they, try to dance around the injuries, maybe we won't find out more about it.
Texans come to town next week. I think Vrabel will work his team harder going against the Texans because not of a letdown, because people think, it's going to be easy to win this game. But I just think he's got this team focused, and whoever shows up, they're going to play hard against.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I mean, the Texans have been one of the worst teams in the league. They've only won 1 game this year, I believe. They've had quarterback issues. Tyrod Taylor was out for a while. Now he's back trying to get back into things. They were on a bye this week, so that gives you a little bit of cause for concern because any team that's had a bye week to rest and heal up is going to be a little more dangerous most times than a team that's been playing for weeks on end. So I think Vrabel will have this bunch ready to play. I don't think he'll let them have a letdown like they did against the Jets early in the year.
Terry McCormick, Titan Insider. Terry, enjoy the ride because I go back to 2014 and 15 and 13. Those were not fun times over there covering a football team.
No, they were not. Those were struggling years. And, this, Joe, as journalists, we don't have a rooting interest, but it does make your job and your life a lot easier when the team is 8-2 as opposed to 2-8.
That's true. All right, Terry, thanks, brother. We'll talk to you next week.
All right.
All right, Terry McCormick from Titan Insider joining us today. All right, we come back next. Very special guest. I mean, we have to be all on our P's and Q's. The athletics director from MTSU, Chris Massaro, is going to join us. They have a huge announcement tonight, and you're going to hear it first right here. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
I look at it as building relationships. I've got My phone has got the phone number of every head football coach, every basketball coach, every baseball coach, every softball coach, every athletic director in Wilson County in it. If something ever happens to me, that phone's going to be a pretty good commodity for somebody. And I've known these people. I grew up in Wilson County. I went to Lebanon High School. I went to Cumberland when it was a junior college. I am now covering even some grandchildren of guys I went to school with.
Donaldson Hermitage Chamber of Commerce invites you to our second annual holiday market at the Mansion, presented by Gaylord Opryland's A Country Christmas at the historic Two Rivers Mansion on McGavick Pike in Donaldson. November 19th and 20th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can shop over 50 unique vendors. Get your gifts wrapped. Get a photo with Santa. Pick up some fabulous grub at the fantastic food trucks while listening to music. Oh, and you can pick out a Christmas tree. All before Black Friday and all while shopping local. Don't miss it.
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Shout out again to the Mornings on Main Street morning band. You guys sound fantastic every morning. All right, as we told you earlier, special guest joining us now. Let's bring in the athletics director for MTSU, Mr. Chris Massaro. And I've got a lot of favorite people, and this young man is at the top of the list. Good morning, sir.
Hello, Joe. It's an honor to be here. It's my first time on Mornings on Main Street, so I'm thrilled.
It better not be your last, sir.
All right, I hope not.
All right, big announcement today. MTSU unveiling just a huge plan to everything that goes on with the game day experience and athletics and everything. How exciting, and we'll put up pictures in a second, Chris. How exciting of a day is this for MTSU, you, alumni, everybody?
Well, we've worked on this for literally years, Joe, so it's no secret that we need to improve our football and basketball facilities. That we've been not behind, but we need to catch up. We need to catch up to people and vault ahead. And so it's exciting to be able to provide these facilities that will give our coaches a fair fight in what they want to do. So the first thing we want to do is build a student performance athletic center, which will primarily house football, a huge weight room for all of our student athletes, and a huge training room. So it's going to be great. As you look at that, that's going to really transform all of our campus and our community as well. So we've got additions to the Murphy Center. The building next to the tennis courts is scheduled to be an on-campus hotel with a rooftop bar. Just a lot of exciting things that are going to be happening right there.
That is simply fantastic. All right, so as you make your way down, so we're trying just to condense everything in that one spot, which I think, Chris, is perfect. I mean, I know the campus is beautiful, but the game day experience is usually right in there, and you guys got this set up, and I've seen the renderings and everything. It's perfect. Man, it looks good.
Well, what we want to do is create some entry points. Like when you go to our football stadium, it's just a football stadium. And other than the glass, kind of the Murphy Center is the same way that, some place to be able to take selfies as you're coming to the game. And that's what we told our architects that did our master plan. So as you look, there's an entryway that just shoots straight from the street all the way to the entrance of the football stadium. And with a roundabout and then kind of an urban courtyard type feel that really ties together our new buildings and the Murphy Center. And what you see on the Murphy Center, which is the square building to the right, is an appendage kind of building with a grand entryway into Murphy Center. I think the Murphy Center is one of the most iconic buildings in our state. There's so many memories that are attached to that. And the way the fans enter the building is really 40 years old. That there needs to be a special entrance when you're entering a special building, and that building will accomplish that. So it's going to move our basketball programs, our football programs, and really all of our athletic programs forward. And as I said, in the parking lot to the right is the new hotel with a rooftop bar. And next to that is going to be our new tennis complex, that varsity tennis complex. So all of that will be tied together in one big facilities lump. And as you can see from this photo, that you can hit like a 3-iron and hit most of our facilities. That's one of the biggest advantages we have, Joe, is that we're all tied together like that in an athletic village. And a lot of people are trying to create that and pay a lot of money for it. And it's kind of happened to us naturally. We just have to tie it all together now.
Is there a time frame when this will be completed?
We want the building, the student athlete performance building, is scheduled to be completed by the fall of 2024. So basically, it's a year in design, and then it'll be like a 2-year construction, a 1.5-year construction project on it. So that's the first domino to fall. I think the hotel has a chance to be in place before that. The Murphy Center is really phase 2 of our improvements, and we're raising money right now for it, and it's going exceedingly well. So we'd like to tie it all together and do it all at once.
There are a lot of moving parts when this comes out. I mean, there's you and there's Dr. McPhee, the president, and there are so many people that have to sign on and come together for this. The fact that this is now done and moving forward, kudos to all involved, Chris.
Yeah, and the 2 biggest hurdles we really had, Joe, were the State Building Commission and the State Bonding Authority, and we got those approvals about a month ago. So not only is it campus-wide approvals that you have to get, but also, the statewide approvals. Our Board of Trustees has been aligned with that. They've been terrific. So that was the first step, was kind of their involvement. Obviously, Dr. McPhee greenlighting our master plan years ago. He's been behind this project since the inception. So it's nice to be able to put it on the launching pad tonight and be able to announce it, that this thing is a reality.
I love it. And this is an article we're sharing that's today in today's e-edition of Main Street Nashville. Go there and see everything that's going on. Is that, excuse me, is that an indoor facility right to the left of the Hall of Fame?
And that's phase 3. Yes, it is. And so the big building is our indoor multi-purpose facility for football and really all of our outdoor sports. Then adjacent to that, you kind of see is our existing Hall of Fame, and then that's our student athlete performance center that ties into it. So basically, you'll be able to go from our weight room to the indoor practice facility. Then football will be able to go directly to their football practice fields, and the track soccer will be able to go easily to their track stadium, and also it'll connect into the baseball field as well. So again, we're just trying to marry as many of our facilities as humanly possible and give our student athletes and our coaches a fair chance. Joe, we're located in the hottest region in the country, and really the next 15 years, when we build these facilities, this will transform our entire athletic department, our entire university, and really position us with the population growth we're experiencing. The future is incredible for MTSU athletics.
And I love Chris, and I love Coach Stockstill and Coach Insel and everybody down there. But I got to tell you what, you have an underrated tennis program, and I love the fact that you got putting the tennis courts right there. People need to know more about MTSU tennis.
Yeah, and it's a top 30 type program, and Jimmy Borndame's our coach. He does a fantastic job in every aspect of the program. Our women's tennis program's getting much better as well under Teo Bailey Duvall. So that's a big part of our facilities piece. And I think that as we look at the hotel and some of the amenities we can put into the hotel, and just being able to watch the tennis matches from the hotel is going to give it some unique experiences. We're looking at maybe putting a couple other elements in there athletically that would be really neat as well. So we need a hotel on this side of town. That's going to be a fantastic amenity for us on campus. I can't wait. I'm going to I told our staff that I might have to put my office at the rooftop bar just to make sure they're not all there, just as a monitoring situation only.
I think it's a great idea. And Chris, if you don't mind, one of the parking spots there, if you could mark that off as a Big Joe spot, because that's where I used to nap in between classes when I was a student there. So I would really proud graduate of MTSU, full disclosure, but I used to sleep in that parking lot between classes. So that's phase 5.
We might just name that little road Main Street just for you, Joe.
Perfect. Oh, Chris, what a great day. Thank you so much. I'm absolutely in love with the rendering. Big unveiling tonight at Murphy's, 5 o'clock, correct?
5 o'clock. We have our official announcement at 5. It'll last about a half an hour. And then we play Vandy Women's tonight. So our fans can come to the big announcement, then go to the Murphy Center and a huge women's basketball game. So it's going to be a great night for us. So
Perfect.
Come on and see us.
Perfect. Chris, thank you again. I think the world of you. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Thanks,
for
Joe.
my alma mater, and we'll see you soon, buddy.
All right. Take care, man. Thanks.
Yes, sir. All right, Christmas Star. I'll tell you, we get big-time guests on Mornings on Main Street, and that looks simply fantastic. A hotel right there on campus to look over the tennis court and for the game day experience. Oh, fantastic. And he talked about Murfreesboro and Rutherford County being the hottest area in the country. That is so true. And so is Wilson County. So coming up next with the Inside Scoop, our good friend Jason Goolsby is going to join us. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee. Main Street Media was founded by Dave and Ellen Gould in 2013. It all started with 3 newspapers in 2 counties and just 3,000 subscribers, and the company only had 10 employees. 8 years later, Main Street Media owns and operates 13 newspapers, 18 websites, and social media pages all over Middle Tennessee. They produce podcasts, videos, and streaming news shows. The company now has 60 employees, and across all their platforms, they reach more than 2 million people a month.
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Many thanks to MTSU Athletics Director Chris Massaro for joining us. The big unveiling tonight. He talked about Rutherford County being a hot area in Middle Tennessee. Another hot area, Wilson County. Let's bring in our good friend Jason Goolsby with the Inside Scoop. Hey, man, how's it going?
Hey, I'm doing all right. Is this lighting any better? I'm by
not really. We'll work on it. Remember, you want the light to come on your face that way. The sunlight is beautiful.
Well, hey,
that's a little better. Were you in a hotel room?
I have to be careful because, we have kids and sometimes our house may not be the cleanest. And then my wife will watch this and then she will murder me in my sleep for showing parts of our house.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we don't need that because I'm having trouble filling the 740 segment on Monday. So that's why I'm glad you're here. All right. So, Jay, you heard Chris talk about Rutherford County and the hot area, and kind of the overflow for that is Wilson County because we're neighbors, and you see that every single day. You're a realtor. You see that every day.
Yeah. And really it all spurs as part of, it's no secret. It's all because we're so close to Nashville, and because of our interstate systems and all these wonderful highways that we have. I mean, and I'm not saying that sarcastically. Our leadership years ago did a great job of building these roads and keeping our roads in great shape. And people move we have a lot of logistics moving here, because we're such close proximity, 24, 40, 65, not too far over to 75. So, but hey, I saw, speaking of that, something that I think this will blow your mind, Big Joe. Your former employer had an article, and so far in 2021, there have been 15,000 apartments rented in Nashville. 15,000 apartments rented in Nashville, and we still got 2 months to go. And so that statistic just blew my mind to kind of show you what's going on here in Middle Tennessee. It's just crazy. There's a lot of people moving to Middle Tennessee. It's a great place to live, right?
It is. Let me ask you this. All right. So for those that know, the Lebanon exit is out to 239, right around here. Right. Do you see construction going beyond that? Because I get off at the 238, 239 exit. I don't go the next one up. Do you see construction going out there as well?
Currently no, but it is headed that way. What we see is, Rutherford County and Wilson County, the home prices are crazy high, expensive. And what's happening is they're getting, the prices are starting to get more expensive over in Smith County, which is, you head east, that's the next county. And the reason because of that is so many people are getting either they're getting pushed out of the market because of affordability, or B, they can just get more house as they head east and they don't mind the commute, or some of them don't even have a commute anymore, right? A lot of people are able to work from home. So a lot of people are heading towards Smith County, and they're having growing pains too. So, but when you get the farther to the east, you get into this land in between Lebanon and Cookville, and it's much more rural. And so home prices are a lot more affordable. It's heading there. It's coming.
We've seen in Rutherford County, used to be for years, Oakland High School, Riverdale, and now they got Siegel, and they got Blackman, they got Rockville. There's other schools that are coming there, and you see the same thing in Wilson County. For so long, it was Mount Juliet and Lebanon and Watertown. They got Wilson Central, and they got Green Hill. Any rumblings of more school? I mean, they've got to have that somewhere in the back room of like, all right, we're going to need more schools here, and not tomorrow, but soon.
I haven't heard about that yet. But I'll tell you a fun fact. I used to teach and coach at Oakland High School and I drove over from Wilson County. And I also taught and coached at Wilson Central when it was only about 4 years old. And I was on that coaching staff. We made it to the first playoffs time we made it to the playoffs. And then back in those days, I hate to sound like that character off Saturday Night Live. Back in my day, but I remember when Siegel High School was built, and that was a big deal when they built, and Blackman, and that was a big deal when that was built. And then now, we got Stewart's Creek and Rockville and all that stuff. So I have not heard that yet. But when you look at all the apartments and housing and complexes that are going up, it's coming, right? It'll be something they'll start talking about in the next year or two, because they know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. This is funny because back in June, everybody went to the race at the National Super Speedway, right? So a lot of people had not been on 840 out that way in years because there was no reason to go out there.
Right.
Jason, the comments I heard from so many people like, my goodness, all the buildings and the companies lined up along 840 between Lebanon and the Super Speedway. If you hadn't been out there in 5 years, you're in for a shock. I mean, it is absolutely amazing, all the new construction there.
Right. Well, when that's funny that you mentioned that. When I came up here to go to college in 95, I'm originally from Alabama, and I would come up to Murfreesboro and take 231 over to Lebanon. That's how I used to come to Lebanon. And so when I would go home and visit my parents, I'd go that way. So when 840 was open, I didn't take 231 to Murfreesboro anymore. I would take 840 over to Murfreesboro. And I remember driving from Lebanon to Murfreesboro on 840, and never seeing another car. Never seeing another car. There were nothing but beautiful cow pastures and silos. And I remember thinking, this is the stupidest idea ever. Why did they build this? And, you know, they had actually, it was they had the foresight to build that, and that opened up so much more lanes of travel and land to development. And so, yeah, if you haven't been out there, it's just, there's Amazon and there's Rooms to Go and there's O'Reilly's and there's all these warehouses out there now. Yeah.
What do you tell clients when they call you from out of state? Like, hey, we want a nice house, 4-bedroom, about 275, maybe 300. I mean, what do you? Because that's 10 years ago, that was fine, but now, what do you?
I do this. You know what? One of the things that even what's happening now, if people are coming from California, they think the prices are a little bit cheaper, but some of the people are coming from Illinois, and they kind of get sticker shock. And I think because Illinois is so close to us, they kind of have this idea of is Tennessee just being to the south, kind of
right.
Hillbilly hick state where you go to get cheap property. And, you know, I had a client from Illinois, or a potential client from Illinois, say, you know, my budget's about 175 or 200. And I said, well, what do you want to live in, an RV? I can find you now. And I don't say that to sound, I mean,
I'm with you. That's why I ask.
Yeah, right. So if they want that much, then we have to try you have to be willing to go out a little bit. And even that, you know, Smith County and Trousdale County, they're just not as many homes being built over there. So it's super competitive anywhere.
Well, let's get on it. Let's start, you and me, do some new construction over there.
Do it, dude. And I know your connections, you got some deep pockets, man.
Dude, I couldn't build a birdhouse.
So, we just need the money, man.
That's right. All right. So don't go anywhere, because you get to do celebrity birthdays. You good with this?
Yeah, I'm good.
Don't go anywhere. All right. We're going to take a break. Come back. Wrap up the show with celebrity birthdays. You're watching Mornings on Main Street. Intern.
Every year, it costs Tennessee more than $15 million to clean up roadside litter. It's time to keep your trash to yourself and our roadways clear, because nobody trashes Tennessee.
Is your roof in need of repairs? Maybe it's time for a full roof replacement. If so, choose Middle Tennessee's #1 rated roofer. Tim Leeper Roofing has provided the Nashville area with outstanding residential and commercial services for nearly 2 decades. And with hundreds of 5-star reviews, Tim Leeper Roofing has satisfied thousands of homeowners. To schedule a free and honest estimate, find us online at timleeperroofing.com.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour. It was just a few cocktails at happy hour.
Really good try. There aren't any cops around.
I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Run your hands, sir. Where you are right now?
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Gillsby, pay attention.
Yes.
Celebrity birthdays.
Just text me because they're watching the program.
Hey, man, you can see yourself later on. So today, celebrity birthdays. Again, here's the goal. You got to get these birthdays within 2 years on either side. Intern, you go first.
All right.
All right. First birthday today is Sam Waterston, the actor who's been in all those Law and Order shows and other things. Sam Waterston.
Let's do 64.
76.
He's 81. Mrs. Clark Griswold, Beverly D'Angelo. How old is Beverly D'Angelo today?
Let's say she is. I'm gonna go 71.
I think she is 69.
She's 70.
Hey,
that's a push. Nope, he got 69.
One closer.
No. Intern, don't use that Lebanon High School math. He got 70. If she's 70, he got 69, 71. It's a push. Let's see here. Woo, a lot of people I've never heard of. Singer Petula Clark. She's saying downtown.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Let's say she's 76.
I'm going to say 74.
89.
Oh, gosh.
Singer Anna Fried Lingstad of ABBA. How old is she? One of the singers from ABBA.
Anna.
Or ABBA, whatever you want to call it. I call it ABBA.
Let's say that they are probably
it's one person.
ABBA. They all grew up together. Let's do 75.
65.
76. Intern.
Wow.
I do not know which one from ABBA it is, but it's one of them.
It's their initials. It's how that's their band name.
News correspondent John Roberts of Fox News. How old is John Roberts?
41.
Oh, no. John is like 62.
Oh, he's 65. So close there, Gooseby. Band leader Kevin Eubanks, who was on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
Let's do 58.
54.
64. Country singer Jack Ingram.
What's he sing? You got a little.
Yeah, he sings. Where are you tonight?
No, he doesn't.
Let's say
he's way away. No, that's Pat Green. Never mind.
53.
Jack is 57.
He's 51. Intern.
Hey, 3 in or not in a row, but
intern's put the Greg Maddox on you. It's not pretty, but it's 2-0, and you can't do anything about it. Okay, here's one. Here's a couple more. Singer Chad Kroeger of Nickelback, the lead singer of Nickelback.
So far away. Let's say he's probably 46 today.
He is 51.
He is 47. Intern.
Oh man, Jason, it's not even. I feel bad.
There needs to be one big one where I can tie it or something.
All right, rapper B.O.B. How old is he today?
Bob.
34.
Not you, Goofy. This is for Gillsby.
Oh, sorry. His redemption?
Yes.
Bob and I went to high school together, so he is 47.
He's 33. Gillsby, as always, we got nothing accomplished, but we had a lot of fun. Thanks, brother.
All right, man. See you next week.
See you soon. Intern, well done, buddy.
Thank you, sir. I
appreciate it. Hey, before we go out, let me tell you what's happening today at 11 o'clock. If I can pull it up here, and then there we go. Yes, make sure you join Devin O'Day this morning at 11 o'clock across all these Main Street media platforms. Join Devin for the best of Middle Tennessee food, business, music, and much more. Tune in and see what else she has in store. That's today at 11 a.m. right here on Facebook. Join the great and talented and lovely, our dear friend, Miss Devin O'Day, coming to you at 11 o'clock today. Intern, as always, good show, buddy. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, thanks, man. You too.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll leave you with that. Another fun show on tap for tomorrow. And again, out today in the world and society, let people in traffic, open doors, wave at people. And I'll leave you with this. No one ever went broke by giving. We'll see you tomorrow.